rescue that stranded.
Oh, passenger train.
Yeah.
Yeah, this side, on the other side of.
You did to the windshield of your.
Oh, okay.
And what you had them sing when you were ready to hit the drifts.
We'll be here all night.
Well, that's a start.
There's a guy by the name of, who was a CEO of the Burlington Northern. His name is Norman Lawrenson. And he graduated from Concordia. And I worked with him on the railroad many times. The nicest guy you ever want to meet. You'd never know he was the CEO of the Burlington. You'd never know it. He's such a swell guy. And he sends two young guys out of college that are going to work for the railroad to go with me to this passenger train on the east end of High Bridge. And they never been out in the snow. The snowstorm was over, but they've been sitting out there for 3 days. And they come out with me to kind of learn something, see, because I've been by that time I've been railroading for 25 years. And so when these trains are buried in the snow like this one was, why you got to lock the brakes on each coach, and then so the wheels don't turn. Because if the wheels turn, it'll climb the snow, being it's so deep, and go on the ground. So you got to lock the brakes to slide it right through the snow. And these young officials that just hired out on the railroad from St. Paul, they thought I was going to flatten some of the wheels. I says, no, I've been doing this for 25 years. And I says, you guys don't know what you're talking about. I said, what you guys should do is I should talk to Norman Lawrenson, who I used to work with, the CEO, is when they have big snowstorms, to come out with us. Be right with us when we're doing all this stuff, see? And I said, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Oh God, they didn't know what to think. So we take one coach at a time, and got it out of the east end of the big cut there on High Bridge there, and so we took off and went to what's that town?
Ariska?
No, it wasn't Ariska. Where I said we ate, that was
Tower City.
Tower City. Yeah, I think it was Tower City. No, was it Tower City? What's the first town east of High Bridge?
Ariska.
Ariska. I think it was Ariska then. Wait a minute, Ariska. Anyway, the operator there says there's some big snow banks. By this time, the snowstorm had quit. It lasted 3 days, and the people were hungry and everything. And the baggage car had wood, lined with wood, and they had a stove in there, so we tore all the wood off the baggage car and put it in the stove to keep people warm, see? And so he says, you're going to hit some snowbanks about 7-8 feet deep, Pete, on the way back to Fargo with your train. And so I said, okay. I says, I'll go over to the elevator and get some grain doors. See, back them days, they take a boxcar and put the grain doors are that thick, and as long as the opening was, and to haul grain, no, like they got now, they got tankers.
Yeah,
see?
I remember them too, yeah.
And so I got one of them grain doors and put over my window, and I left a spot where I could see. So these young bosses, I guess I'll call them, he says, how fast you going to hit these snowbanks that are so 6, 7, 8 feet high? I says 65, 70 miles an hour. Oh my God, oh my God. Now, the snowstorm's over, the sun is shining. And I says, now, when we hit these snowbanks, it's going to get dark in here. because the snow was going to come over, see, and I had this big grain door so it wouldn't break the window. I said, we're all going to get on the floor. And so when we got close to it, I told the other engineer on the Patton train, his name was Amo Stum. I said, Amo, I got to have help hitting the snowbank up there pretty soon. I said, can you open it up back there? He's coming backwards. I said, these diesels go forward and backwards. I'll help you, Pete. Okay. I tell them young guys, I said, now we're all going to get on the floor, and we're going to have a rough ride through this 8-foot snowbanks, probably 50, 60 feet long. Oh, Jesus. I said, don't worry about it. I've been doing this for 25 years. Been working, see. So we hit the snowbanks and got all dark in there, and we'd all land on the floor. And of course, the engine's bouncing around, going through the snowbanks. He says, are we on the ground or the ties? I says, don't worry about it. We'll bounce back on again. They said, you crazy son of a bitch, So, and just Norman Lawrenson, I used to work with him on the railroad, CEO. And they sent another guy out there, and he got stuck. And being he knew me so well, I worked with him so long, he said, send that crazy Peterson out there. And I said, I'll go if you give me 3 of those big units. I want 3 of them. We'll give you whatever the hell you want. So I got 3 great big brand new diesels, great big ones. So I got some power, see. And we went through them on a rough ride. And I told the people that were in the Patton coast for 3 days, I said, now, before we start out, I got all the train together. I said, everybody go to the bathroom that has to go. And I says, then we're going to get ready to go. I'll have the conductor go through and tell everybody to sit down and don't ever get up again, because we're going to hit some snowbanks. And if you're standing up, they'll probably knock you down, because the snow is you get 9 feet of snow, well, you're going to, it's going to slow the train down. So they all did that. And I said, I'll get you to Fargo, don't worry about that. And we did, we got to Fargo. And if you could see that, I wish I'd have brought that book along. To see that engine when I got back to Dilworth, you wouldn't believe it. So the engine was all piled up with snow, and you'd laugh when you seen that picture. He's seen it. So what else you want to know?
Well,